Hello and welcome back to A World of Ice and Fire, and we've returned to Winterfell, where we can now speak to Robb Stark. Now, of course, this quest does have a little bit of a caveat associated with it, because we are wounded, and I don't currently have enough money to treat it. So, I think our most pressing thing for us to do after this is to try to get enough money to pay a maester to help us. Yeah, hopefully we can do that. Anyway, Your Grace, I have been ordered by the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch to request more men for the wall. I am afraid we have no men to spare. We are at war, and all of my men are accounted for. Tell the Lord Commander I humbly regret I cannot help. The situation seemed pretty dire, my lord. Are you sure there is nothing you can do? As soon as the war is over, I can send men to aid at the wall, but until then, my men are otherwise engaged. Very well, Your Grace. I shall regretfully pass on the message. Alright, so they're obviously going to have a bit of a problem with that. And, well, I mean, I'm going to have a bit of a problem with that too, because that means I have to go back into the north, which is, well, pretty bad. And I need money. So, well, what am I going to do? Well, I think, I don't know. The best course of action for me right now is probably to take some furs into Riverlands territory. I seem to recall that the trading there is relatively decent, and you get relatively cheap furs in the north. I think so, at the very least. I have to be very, very careful about various bandit parties in the area as well. I have a feeling that we are probably going to get... do you think we can get... Oh, do you think we can kill these? You think we can kill these? I actually don't... I don't know. The funny thing is, even if we level up any of these guys, they are extremely expensive to level. Look at this. 112 to level them up. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at that. Do you know whom you address? I will give you much money and good protection if you join my party. Yes, well, obviously we're not going to be doing that. I am going to be attacking them. Okay. This might actually work out. Renown value for this battle is 5. That is pretty good. I actually like that a pretty great deal, because... I don't know whether you know this, but renown has a direct correlation to how strong an opposing party is going to be in combat. And the battle advantage doesn't necessarily depict, how difficult it is. So, yeah, I'm actually kind of pleased about that. Let's see if we can actually do something here. Gonna just charge, gonna cancel the animation by unequipping the shield. Okay, we got to be careful here. These guys have got spears. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't have spears, but of course they do. Yes. Oh, well, yeah, that's great. I have a load of enjoyment fighting against this kind of enemy. Yes. Okay, we're going to come in from the back then, I suppose. And we'll try and do some damage that way. There we go. Not too bad. They're going to lose a little bit of morale from this, and we are actually killing them. Okay, that's great. Ah, yes. Finally. Okay, finally getting a little bit of a victory here for us. Very surprising, because it has come to my attention that battles in this mod are very, very difficult and indeed extremely punishing. So you can see here, it will become permanent in 4 days. We need to deal with that. Yes, so I'm hopeful. I don't even know how much... yeah, as I said, I don't have enough money to be able to level these up, but I don't even know how much we're even going to get here. But here's the thing. We're going to be... basically, we need to take the loot. Right? So we're gonna try this. Wow, okay. Well, a spear is actually not bad. Okay, a spear is actually not bad. Pretty good. We're gonna take it. Let's see how much we actually get. 136 stags. Okay. Oh, it already finished the event. Okay, that's pretty good then. Okay, so we got 160. I did level up, so that's quite nice too. And I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leveling up strength, because I do want to get Iron Flesh, Power Strike, etc. leveled up. We're going to be putting another point into entertainment. Even though we already have Podrick, who is an entertainment person, I don't really care, because I want to do the entertaining, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Also, I'm not sure whether we're going to have any kind of ranged solution. I'm not sure if we really want to do that, but if we are going to do that, it's probably a good idea to get some archery skill leveled up. Might as well. And then we're going to move on. There we go. Okay, so that was pretty nice. We did not get beset upon by anyone, which is a bit of a risk. Oh, wait a minute. You find a group of men lying dead on the road ahead of you. Searching the bodies, you find 200 silver stags. That's actually nice. Okay. Well, that's good. Again, unfortunate that I can't really do much about that. I can't really level anyone with that, but I can go into the keep here, hopefully, and find a maester, and then he can heal us. Hopefully. Yes, hello there, Theomore. There we go. Wonderful. Yes, I need to... there we go. Okay, so there we are. We just spent 300 silver stags on healing a wound. And, well, that's a very pleasant way of... a very pleasant way of spending our money. Funnily enough, I should have come here to buy the furs, as you can quite clearly tell. It's very cheap to buy them here. Okay, so I have no idea when my wages are coming in next, but we are going to need to make our way very quickly now. Let me actually just have a quick look. Where do I go for that? Banking report? Nope. Not the bank... Prosperity? No, not prosperity. Oh, okay. I actually don't know where the thing is anymore. Where is the thing that allows me to see that? Where was that placed? Because I don't see it anywhere. It must be here. Budget. Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So it's actually not even that bad. As you can see, we're only paying 53, and my debt is only going to be 51, which is not terrible. But, yeah. We need to go to Fair Market. So let me make my way over there. Hopefully we will not get beset upon by any bandits. Alright, so this is definitely going to save us pretty dramatically here. I've already looked at how much the furs are going to be selling for. They're going to sell for 400, which is absolutely amazing. So you can see here we can now get 1200. And the funny thing is we can buy salt here as well. Technically, salt isn't even good to buy here. I think the best place to buy it is salt pans, as you can tell by the name. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over there. It's probably not a better... I don't know whether it's a good idea, but we have already treated our wound, so we don't really have that much of a time limit. We have also sold our furs, which is pretty nice. And the only thing that is suffering kind of badly is... Oh, no, our morale is okay. Our morale is okay right now. Basically, I'm just trying to get my economic strength little bit higher, you know, just a little bit higher, because right now we are suffering pretty dramatically. So I'd like to just try to make sure that we can, you know, fix that, and then we can start leveling our people up relatively nicely. So let's see. Yeah, so salt is 125 here, which is okay. And now we're just going to assess the local prices. I don't think I have particularly good trade, but I want to see where we can go. Really? So if I have 0 in trade, it doesn't work. I thought it would actually work just on a base level. But apparently... Okay. Apparently it does not work. Okay, that's very funny. I thought that it would work at least a little bit. I just thought it would provide you with just like one name or something like that. But apparently it doesn't tell you anything. So, yes, the salt has now increased in price as well. How did it increase in price in just 2 seconds? Okay, that's quite funny. Alright, so yeah, it's increased in price rather dramatically as well. So let's go into the tavern then, see if there are any companions here that we could potentially get. There's this guy. I mean, obviously, this fellow is absolutely crazy at 16,000. Never in a million years. It's going to take me a very long time to afford that. I'm actually very surprised that we weren't able to... weren't able to buy the salt at a cheapish price. Let's go over to fair market again. All right, so I'm going to take a bit of a risk here, okay? A little bit of a gamble, and I'm going to purchase all this salt, right? And we're going to be taking the salt over into the north, I think. I'm actually not entirely sure. Let me just see here. We're at war against the Westerlands still, so that's obviously not going to work, even if I did want to go somewhere else. But yeah, I think we could probably go to the north, and that's probably, hopefully, going to be good enough. I mean, fair market, it's quite funny that it's called fair market, considering we did get a much better price for salt here. Alright, so we've made it back to Winterfell, and you can see here that the price for salt is okay. I wouldn't say the price for salt is amazing, but it is definitely providing us with a little bit of extra profit. And we also have furs here that I can buy once again, which is indeed going to be relatively nice. So you're going to see here that we're going to get a little bit of cash, but the main point here is that we're getting loads of furs, which I can then take all the way back down into fair market, salt pans, whatever, and we can actually make really good money. Now, after this next trade run, I'm going to be coming back up, and we're probably going to try, I'm not sure if we should, but I think it's probably going to be a good idea for us to try to level up a couple of troops, because as it is right now, we don't really have anything that can actually do much. I mean, we've just got peasants, you know, so we're going to need to level those up just a little bit so we can defend ourselves potentially. All right, so there we go. We have already got, we've already gotten 2,700 actually from fair market, and we got another 1,500 from salt pans, which is where we currently are. I'm going to buy a little bit of salt here, not a huge amount, but just a, just a little bit, just to kind of take it back into the north when we head up there, inevitably. And funnily enough, there is actually a competition here. I wouldn't mind doing it. However, I have a feeling I'm probably not... Oh, I am actually allowed? Oh, I'm actually allowed to do this. Okay. Click to disable expert difficulty. Okay, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're gonna keep expert difficulty on because I want to die, of course. I'm gonna bet 500 silver stacks. There's no way I am... Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. There is no way I will win this, alright? There is no way ever I will win this because I have no combat skills whatsoever. The enemy is more than likely going to have extreme amounts of skills, as you can see right there. And I mean, look at this guy right here. Look at him. Look at what he's wearing. He's wearing literal plate armor. Absolutely impossible. No way ever I would be able to do that. But at least we only spent 500, so it's really not that big a deal. Ah, now who do we have here? Oh yes, I believe this is indeed a surgery companion, and I'm hopeful that he's going to have a decent... Never mind. Never mind. Yes, I'm very sad now, actually, very sad, because I remember this fellow from some time ago, and I was actually kind of hoping we'd be able to get him for... I don't know, around 1,000, maybe 1,500, maybe something like that. But obviously that is within my, that is within my price range. But unfortunately, no, that's not going to happen this time around. Anyway, we're going to just sell the salt here for around 1,000. I'm going to buy some furs once again, because these are obviously really, really cheap. And we're going to also be just getting 300. I mean, it makes sense, right? Absolutely 100% makes sense. And then I think we're probably going to go down to Stannis, right? Yeah, let's go down to Stannis and actually speak to him, because we've got a good amount of cash now. I have upgraded my people as well, by the way, as you can see. And maybe, just maybe, we can get into another bandit fight and level them up a bit more. Alright, so we've encountered some broken men, and it is now about time that we poke some broken men in the face, because that's what we do. We really do want to do that with our very long pole here. I mean, I do have a long pole now, so it might make sense for us to do something like that. However, one thing we must remember, I'm not very, used to using a pole arm on a horse anymore, so this is going to be... shall we say, an interesting experience. I think we're probably going to Well, these guys, do they have shields? Yes, they do. They do have shields. So this is probably going to be quite difficult for me. Let's see if we can do something. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Pretty decent damage. Yeah, unfortunately, these other fellows are going to be absolutely insufferable. They're going to be very, very difficult for us to deal with. Nice, nice. Okay. Just bear in mind, by the way, I did actually disable the charge animation in the options menu. That is actually available, so if you find that annoying like I do, then you can obviously do that too, if you so desire. Otherwise, I also disabled the scenic menus because I was going into so many towns and it was just taking a little bit too long for my liking, so I basically just, you know, turned that off as well. And everything else was on the standard settings. I'm going to show you, actually. Going to show you the standard settings after this because it's actually mind-bogglingly bonkers how incredibly high the difficulty is right now, because there is a literal setting that reduces my damage by half and increases the damage that enemies do by another 100% or something like that. I don't know what actually the percentage is, but yeah, it's actually insane. So yeah, we're gonna see. Can I even win this? It's I don't know. All I know is I'm dead, and I got another injury. I got another injury. Oh no. Okay, well, I think we are actually going to live. Okay, yeah, there we go. We're fine. Okay. Ha. All right. There you go. We did it. Amazingly enough. That was only 6 renown. That was only 6 renown? I felt like that was... what? Okay, well, whatever the case, at least we didn't lose too many people. And indeed, we do get some thieves and brigands and so on and so forth to add to our army. Oh, this guy actually becomes a robber knight eventually. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it does cost 1,400 to level him up. What is with these inflated prices? I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Okay, so we are going to try to get the loot, I guess. Or maybe not, because now we are being attacked by the Westerlands. Yeah. I'm gonna surrender. I'm gonna surrender straight away. There is nothing else I could do. There is nothing else I could do. There is no way I will be able to defeat this individual. Not in a million years. But thankfully, we did actually manage to escape pretty easily. And we still have all of our stuff, as you can see right there. Pretty nice. I still have Podrick with me. So I basically only lost some of my troops, which, yeah, okay, fine. That's kind of annoying. But yeah, I think that's actually fine. That's not too bad. Now we do need to make our way over to Stannis. Where is he, by the way? Where is he? Dragonstone. Yeah, so that's over here somewhere. There we go. There it is. So I was actually really close to that. Unfortunately, they've taken me the opposite direction. Morgan Buckwell has just earned himself a nemesis, and we will be murdering. We will be murdering him at the earliest possible opportunity. Obviously, I don't know whether we can actually execute or anything like that, but all I know is that we're going to teach him a lesson when we have the ability to do so, which is probably never, to be fair, but we'll try. Okay, so let me just tell you what I had to do here. I was actually making my way over to Rook's Rest Harbor because I thought to myself, okay, well, we're going to need to get over there in some way or another, right? Funnily enough, there are no ferries here for some reason. I don't know why, but I interacted with this place. There are no ferries at all. So I decided, okay, we're then going to have to go through the entirety, almost, of enemy territory right next to King's Landing and go over to Point Ferry. And as you can see, this actually does have a ferry available for 6 stags, which is very cheap and super, super nice. Now, hopefully I'm not going to get attacked. That would be so funny if I got attacked right now. Yes, please no. Thank you. Alright, so can I actually go over to Dragonstone now? Or am I not allowed actually to go to Dragonstone? I mean, it says here I can... What? Wait, how do I... Wait a minute. Is there no way for me to get to Dragonstone without a boat? Is that actually... Is that real? Huh. Alright. Well, to make this worth it, I'm gonna just show you the... show you the difficulty settings right here. So obviously it was on full realism beforehand, but I obviously changed the scenic menu, and I also changed the where is it now? I actually, wait a minute. I disabled the scenic menu, but what else did I do? What else did I change here? I didn't change anything else. That was it? Just be disabling this turns the full realism off? Okay, that's kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure why that would be the case, but yeah, anyway. Basically, that's it. That's what I did. So I just disabled the scenic menu so it's easier to go into towns and stuff like that. And indeed, you can customize your experience any way you like. So you can, you know, turn off blood loss, you can turn off the ability to switch to other troops in your army, which I think is actually pretty nice. Sometimes it's a good idea not to do that. And oh yeah, the charge animation, that's what I changed. Yeah, there we go. So that's the thing that would for some reason I don't know why it would cause that to be a difficulty setting. I'm not sure why that would be a difficulty setting, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, I am going to be making my way back to Maidenpool because that seems to be the only place I can go to. I'm actually not entirely sure how I'm supposed to get over there, to be honest. Alright, so I made it over to Maidenpool. Is this a... Nope. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Where there's no maester here? That's a bit of a problem. That is actually a really, really big issue. The reason why this is a big issue is because oh dear. I may not have enough time to go to the next town because my wound is about to become permanent in one day. This is not a town, I don't think. Duskendale is definitely a town, but that's obviously, we are at war against them. I guess Saltpans is going to be my best bet. Let's see if I can make my way over there. You think I'll be lucky? You think I'll be lucky? Cross fingers, let's hope that we can make it. There we go. Okay, we did actually make it before it became permanent. Let's just hope that there's a maester here. I don't know why Maidenpool doesn't have one, but there you go. And I don't see anyone here. Am I getting unlucky? Am I getting unlucky, or is there something weird going on here? Are they cursing me? I think they are cursing me right now. Ah, also, yes, 21 damage from falling. Yes, that's wonderful. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything I can do. Huh. I'm not sure why there isn't a maester here, to be honest. I guess I could go to Fairmarket? Ah, never mind. One of your injuries has become permanent because it wasn't tended. Well, I tried. As you could quite clearly tell, I tried pretty hard to find a maester. So much so that I was actually attacked by some broken men and I had to pay them. I had to pay them 450 silver stags, which is not exactly great. There is a competition here, but I'm of course not going to do that. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of a music. Oh, the performance. The performance costed me. Yes, actually it cost me 1 silver stag. There we go. Wow. Okay, that is That is actually quite funny. The question is, where is Stannis? All I want to do is give him this letter, but it is apparently impossible. Alright, so we have now arrived back in Fair Market once again. As you can see, I only have 424 silver stags, so let me catch you up on what has just happened. So basically what I've been doing is I have just been running back and forth between Riverlands territory and the north. And I've been doing that over and over again, just basically going salt, furs, rinse and repeat. Basically that's it. That's all I've been doing. You haven't missed anything, okay? So you don't need to worry about that. However, what we've also done, which is something that I really wanted to highlight to you, is we have gained some more troops. Yes, we've gained some more troops, and the troops in question are actually looking pretty nice right now. They're looking pretty good, because these guys, there we go. I literally got a Northern Lord. Now, you may be asking, how did you get this? How did I get this? Because obviously I was struggling pretty hard, right? I was struggling really, really hard to find anyone that wanted to join me. And I got to tell you, I literally was at Salt Pans, and I thought to myself, okay, well, the Vale probably has a bunch of people available for recruiting, right? Yeah, no, wrong. Okay, wrong. Because basically what I did was I went in there, I was going to all of these villages, and no one had any recruits available. No one. Literally no one, apart from one village or two. And I was thinking, okay, how am I even going to get an army, you know? How am I going to get an army? Well, basically, you just go to active, what should we say, other activities, that is it, other activities, and then you go ask if anyone wants to join you, and then something will happen. Nobody is available for hire here, unfortunately, so my example in this case is, of course, eye-rollingly bad. However, basically, I just did that in a northern town, and I got these guys. So I got a Northern Lord, the Man-at-Arms, and Archers, and that's what I got. Before that, I literally just had these guys. I had 7 people. Vale Peasants, Northern Peasants, and Northern Levy, and that's it. I found a Northern Levy in a tavern. So, yeah, it is extremely difficult to actually find pretty much any troop in this mod for some reason. I actually don't know why. I'm not sure if that's a part of the difficulty or whatever, but I found it frustrating. But, you know, that's just how it is. Otherwise, we are going to go back over to Riverrun because, oh, look at that. Whilst clambering in the bushes, you see a bag. Inside the bag, 300 silver stags. Not too bad. Okay, so we could sell this. We could buy some more salt. Loads of salt available here, as you can see. Not going to take all of it, of course, because I don't want to overpay for it. And then we have Reed Allen here, Riverlands Levy. We got these guys. I actually don't know. This guy is definitely going to be available for us to, you know, take him into our party, I assume. I don't think he's going to be... Yeah, he's not super expensive. So we're going to get him for 1,600. And this guy is indeed a traveler of sorts, and he's going to allow us to find out a bunch of information. I don't even need that though right now. Funnily enough, you know, it's always funny. These guys always appear when you don't need them. You know what I mean? It's always like that. Anyway, we have a bit of a problem with the Westerlands. They've just taken Greywater Watch, apparently. I didn't even realize that they took that. But yeah, we're going to be making our way back to White Harbor. Alright, so we're selling some salt here. I actually just purchased a donkey and a courser because I'm thinking to myself, we probably need a little bit of extra speed. I feel like I'm pretty slow right now, so that's why I'm going to be doing that. And we're also just going to get a couple of furs, and then we'll just take that back into Riverlands territory and sell it. Okay, so we just got 2,500 from our first round of selling, and we're going to be getting another 2,900 from the armor merchant, and we're going to be getting another 1,000 from the weapon merchant. Fantastic, look at that. That is wonderful. And this is basically what I've been doing, as I said. Now, the Lord and the various other units that we got, that cost me 7,000. So technically, I could have about maybe around 15,000 silver stags right now if I hadn't gotten those troops. But I thought to myself, okay, you know what? If we're going to be going north of the wall, it's probably going to be a good idea for at least to have, you know, something decent, right? Okay, so we're back here with Mr. Mormont, and, yeah, no relation, of course. And we're going to say, my lord, I have unfortunate news. I was unable to strike a deal for reinforcements. War is raging, and I am told the men are needed elsewhere instead. Well, this is most unfortunate. I fear we will not last long if the wildlings decide to attack our walls. And I have heard rumors of an even bigger threat stirring in the depths of the far north. I'm afraid it's up to you now, Elias. I shall need you to gather a small army and scout the lands of Always Winter, and see what truth these rumors hold. Jon Snow will accompany you. He holds a Valyrian weapon, and if the rumors are indeed true, then mere mortal weapons will be useless against these creatures. He knows the lands north of the wall better than anyone, and he can vouch for anything you witness whilst out there. Well, very well. Very well, Lord Commander. I thank you, Elias, for your continued devotion to the realms of men. I pray the old gods and the new keep you safe. All right, well... Yes, I hope so too. I mean, obviously, apart from the fact that I ended up losing one strength because of my wound, because I couldn't find a maester. Isn't that hilarious? Hello, there's Jon Snow right there. Okay, well, yeah. So let's take a look at our quest and actually see what's going on here. So, yeah, I couldn't get to Stennis, as you know, because I don't have a boat. And I couldn't afford one at the time. I still technically can't, because I think the smallest ship is about 10,000, and I don't have that. Anyway, you must gather a small force and possibly a Valyrian weapon and scout deep within the lands of Always Winter. Return to the Lord Commander once you have interacted with and assessed the threat. Okay, so... Question. Why do I need a Valyrian weapon? I thought we had Jon Snow with us. Okay, well, I'm going to be going north. Let's see what is over here. I have 22 people. That's not really enough, is it? I feel like that's not really enough. I have three mounts that are going to be somewhat useful, I suppose. Right, so I actually found this this tree here. You see a godswood, which is sacred in the religion of the old gods of the forest. There are a number of weirwood trees surrounding a heart tree. The heart tree has a face carved into the wood of the trunk, with red sap leaking out of the deep cuts in the trunk, made for the eyes of the face, giving the appearance that the heart tree is weeping tears of blood. You're greeted by a party of old gods worshippers as you approach the godswood. Okay, so we could take a walk around, convert to the old gods, require several days of 4,000 stags, pillage the godswood. So those are the options we have there. Probably not going to be doing any of that. We do have some wildling raiders right there. We also have a ranger patrol. There doesn't seem to be anything else around here as far as I could tell. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, so I will make my way back out of here then, and we will look around elsewhere. You know, it actually just dawned on me that it might be indeed Craster's Keep, because I just passed by this beforehand, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, is that it, or is that not it? And apparently it might be, so let's approach the keep and actually see what's going on here. Okay, so we discovered this, and we gained 200 experience. Hibald apparently advanced to level 9 from that. Not sure how he advanced so easily, but sure, alright. Okay, so I'm basically by myself in this particular scene. That's not very good. I have a bad feeling about this. Or... Okay, well, apparently there's nothing going on here. Ah, there we have it. Okay, so oh. Am I'm not supposed to fight that, right? Am I actually no, surely not, right? I don't think so. Or at the very least, we need to interact with it for the quest, right? So I guess that's what we'll do. We will interact with the quest. This guy's got 7 in inventory management. I actually should make him into our medic, I guess. He's got 2 in wound treatment already, so we'll just put 2 in surgery for him, I guess. Just in case we can never find someone that can actually be our medic. Okay, so am I going to actually do this? Okay, so let's see what he is. Quest concluded. The lands of always winter. Looks like winter is coming. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So you need to have 50 or more men in order to use the commander panel. Assess nearby forces. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that doesn't really do much for us, does it? So wait a second. This quest is literally not even a scouting mission. It's just for us to go in here and get murdered. Really? Okay. Alright, so I was able to escape from that, as you can quite clearly tell. Funnily enough, I'm not... Okay, the quest has been concluded. Okay. Right, okay. That is... kind of weird. Did I end up losing... Yeah, I ended up losing literally most of the people that I paid 7,000 for. Just so you know. I guess you're not supposed to do this quest right now, but it does just say, you know, gather a small force. I mean, a small force... Is a small force 100 people? Because there's no way I would be able to defeat these guys with 100 people, in my opinion. I think I'm probably going to need 150 to 200 to take care of them. They were moving like no one's business. They were literally moving like they were on roller skates or something like that. They were so fast. Oh yeah, by the way, we're wounded as well. We're wounded again. So hopefully Castle Black has a... Oh, there's a feast in progress and you are not of sufficient status to be invited inside. Yeah, if you could see my face right now. Yes. Okay, this guy is not gonna be applicable for us. 100... Yeah, okay, never mind. Right. Okay, well, this has no time limit or anything like that, so that's going to be the end of this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.